Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. If you're not new here, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Faye. I am a mother of 3, soon to be 4, and I am currently 29 weeks pregnant. I know it's late, but you know, I've just been going through a lot with my pregnancy as well as just in general, you know, and this is going to be my first trimester video where I talk to you guys about my symptoms, what I went through during the first trimester. If you guys can relate, let me know down in the comments if you had similar symptoms or if you just went through your first trimester like a breeze, because I wish I was you. So let's get started into the video. Okay, so prior to me finding out, I was feeling already like different. Like I knew something was up, but you know, I just wanted to see. So I took these like 2 cheap Amazon pregnancy tests, just the plain sticks. And so yeah, they came back negative. So I was like, okay, I'm good, right? But then fast forward a couple days, I started feeling like very nauseous, like very sick to my stomach. And I was just like, okay, maybe I ate something weird, right? So yeah, didn't think anything of it again. You know, I was like, okay, you know, blowing it off, you know, I was just like, oh, maybe it's just like sickness going around, or maybe because it was spring going into summer. So you know how I'm not used to it. We're used to 2 seasons in Guam. So I was just like, okay, I don't know what's going on. But yeah, anyways, fast forward again, a couple days, maybe like a week or something. And I woke up sweating in my sleep, and that's not normal for me, you know, especially here in Colorado. It's pretty cold. Like, you know, either we have the air conditioning on, or we just use the outside, you know, the outside air, like it'll come into the house, so it keeps us cold. So I'm just like, what's going on? So the Flow app messaged me, sent me a notification saying like, hey, your period might be coming in a couple days, so be expecting it, you know? And so I was like, okay, yeah, cool. And then later that day I started getting cramps, and it started in my back and like majority on my left side in the front. So I was just like, okay, yeah, I'm not pregnant, you know. No thanks, body, for telling me. But yeah, so I didn't think anything of it, of course. Started getting, it's a little TMI, but I started getting diarrhea. And then I started getting a runny nose, and I was just like, okay, maybe I'm just coming down with the sickness. Plus with my period coming up in a couple days, I'm starting to cramp as well. Like, oh, like what more, right? Yeah, it's just a lot. Like, I had insomnia, I was bloated, my legs were aching, so I had to buy myself Salumpas. And then I was like craving ice cold water. Like, I couldn't drink just like a regular bottle like this. I needed it to be either in the freezer with icicles in it, or a cup of ice with water. I couldn't drink anything else. Like anything else, anything room temperatured or not with ice was just like, bleh. Like, don't give it to me. Don't even think about giving it to me, you know. I wanted specifically the Crystal Light flavoring packet of the strawberry lemonade. Tell me that's weird. I got another notification from my Flow app saying that my period should be coming up in like 5 to 6 days, right? So I was like, okay, but why am I experiencing all of this, you know? Usually with my periods, it's like I get bloated, I get cramps, and that's about it. And then like, you know, of course cravings, you know, but like it was just weird how I specifically only wanted ice cold water when, if you know me, I'm allergic to water. Like really, not really, you know, but like that's not me, you know, that's not normal. So I was just like, okay, maybe just for shits and giggles, let's just try to see if I'm pregnant. Mind you, my husband went to the field, and this was like for a month. I was home alone. I was solo parenting 3 kids, 2 that go to school, and my toddler, going through all of these symptoms, and I still had a couple more days to see my husband. Anyways, fast forward to June 6, 2022. I went to the store earlier to get groceries, and so I was like, oh, let's just get the 6 days sooner. I've never tried it. Usually, if I'm pregnant, you know, I can get just whatever kind of test and it'll show up like instantly. At 6:59, I took a pregnancy test, and if you guys didn't already, check out my video where I found out I was pregnant. I was pregnant. So after shortly finding out I was pregnant, I actually found out when I was like 4 weeks. So this is just going to be within the 4-week span of what happened to me. All of the symptoms that I did mention previously were still in effect. Leg cramps, runny nose, diarrhea, craving ice cold water with Crystal Light. I was still bloated. I had no nausea. It felt like I was like having nausea, but then like it would go away, right? So that's why I was like, okay, whatever. Then I think I was like 4 weeks and like 2 days or 3 days. I was cramping so much on my lower back. And then when I went to use the restroom, you know, I went to use the restroom and I wiped, right? I went to go pee and I wiped and I saw like blood in my, not a lot to be like, oh my God, my period's here. It's more like a speck of blood. So I saw that and I was just like, what's going on? Like, please, you know, I just found out I'm pregnant. Is this implantation bleeding? Is this something else? So yeah, so I like monitored myself for a couple of days after that, and it was only that one time that it happened. So I was just like, okay, thank you. You know, thank you for showing me like a sign that everything's gonna be okay. I was like 4 weeks, almost 5 weeks, I started getting like very sleepy, and I literally took naps throughout the day. We have like this twin mattress that I picked up from some lady because she was moving and they no longer needed it. You know, it was still in the box from when they first got it shipped to their house, and they just never opened their storage unit. So I was like, oh, let me get it from you. So it was still down in the living room, and so what I did was I dragged it and put it down on the floor, and that's where I slept. I slept and took naps on that. Like, we never went up to the bedroom like throughout that time that I was so like fatigued, so tired. Like, we never went up to the bedroom. Like, all of us slept on the couch. All of us were downstairs in the living room. Me and Day were sleeping on that small little like twin mattress, while the two Darren and Alea were sleeping on the couch. I hated coffee. Like, don't talk to me about coffee. Like like yuck, you know, like it was just like, ugh, I couldn't. I also started having like motion sickness in the car. It's still in effect today, but not as bad as it was in the first trimester. Like, the first trimester, I was going through it, like so bad. I was really emotional. You can catch me crying for some silly stuff, and it's just so funny to look back at it today. Smells were like my enemy. Like, if you asked me to cook meat, any meat, or even anything with garlic, nope, I'd be gagging. And I know this is TMI, but I'd be gagging, and I literally threw up, I think, twice because I couldn't even touch raw meat. I couldn't even stand the sight of raw meat. So if you asked me to cook anything, it was gonna be frozen chicken nuggets and frozen pizzas. Pop it into the air fryer or to the oven, and there you go. Ask me to touch raw meat and cook raw meat with garlic and all the other spices, no ma'am. I'm sorry, but yeah, I just could not. I sometimes couldn't even eat it because all I could think about was it being raw, and I was just like, not it for me. Just fast forward to like 12 to 13 weeks. So I was still nauseous, kind of not nauseous, but like it was slowly going away, but then it started back again, and I was so sad because I thought I was in the clear and I thought I was gonna be okay and all that. But yeah, That's not how it went. Most of the time, just craving ice cold water, or like ice cold water with Crystal Light, avocado toast with a fried egg on top. Like, that was my number one craving in the first trimester. That's all I wanted. That's all that will satisfy me. When we went to the store this one day, I saw spring rolls, and I was just like, oh my god, like, I need it now, you know? So I was craving spring rolls, shrimp specifically, shrimp spring rolls with the peanut sauce. Oh, so good. So yeah, I was craving that as well in the first and a little bit into the second trimester. And then I started wanting to drink coffee, specifically the one that I've always shown you guys, the Starbucks caramel macchiato. Like, that's all. And it would just be like small or in that mason jar, and that'll be it. Like, I can only drink that much. Sometimes I wouldn't even finish it and I'll just save it for the next day, hoping that I'll be wanting to drink the coffee again. That's about it for the cravings. So yeah, that was gonna be it for my first trimester recap of my symptoms and what I went through. Like, it was just so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on your post notifications so you guys can get notified when I do my second and my third trimester video. Those will be coming up soon. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great day and love you guys. Thanks for watching. Say deuces.
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 Deuces.